Alright, another day, another package. This time it's from Hardrace and it weighs 30 kilo. So, all that gym work's paying off apparently. Alright, so here we go. What do we got? Hardrace. Let's unbox. Alright, well now we've unpacked everything we've got from Hardrace. There's an awful lot of stuff here, so it's a little bit confusing, so I'm going to run you through everything we've got. Basically what we have here allows us to adjust everything you'd see on a suspension setup. So you've got the camber arms and like adjustable toe. We'll run through what all that stuff does later on, but for now, from one side to the other, we've got the rear traction rods. That helps to eliminate things like bump steer and everything like that when you lower a car. We've got the tie rod ends. They go onto your steering arms and allow you to adjust the angle. We've got the rear diff mounts. That eliminates any flex up the rear end there because it's quite a lot of power goes through those diffs, so you don't want that moving around. Here we've got the rear lower control arms. That allows us to adjust camber. We've got the front upper control arms which allow us to control camber as well. You can see that the adjustments here. We have a transmission mount, eliminates the movement when the transmission gets a lot of shock from the engine. We've got solid engine mounts. Again, there's different options available. We've got the hardest ones that you can get. So it might produce a little bit more vibration through the car, but it will mean that it can handle a lot more power and we don't need to be worrying about streetability too much because it's not going to be driven every day. This is the rear subframe, so the whole rear cradle and everything like that get mounted by these. Normally they're flexible, however we've got the solid mount kit. Then we move on to the rear toe control. That gives us basically toe as it moves in and out like this. And the last ones here in these boxes is the knuckle bushes and the front and rear lower arm bush sets as well. And we'll eliminate any movement and any problems that we would have had from having worn out old bushes. As you saw, the car's 20 odd years old. It definitely is in need of some TLC. So this should help eliminate most of these problems. Keen to get them in the car though. Alright, mission successful. We just drove this today, so it's the second day it's been driven, just sort of ironing out some of the bugs in the 86, just got a couple of little teething problems, but as we said yesterday, we were dropping off a bunch of stuff to GT Auto so that they can fit a lot of the parts that we're going to need. Now this is all the stuff that's supplied by Hardrace. Now we've chosen to change over all of the arms and everything. Like I said, Supras have a fair bit of adjustability, but this is going to give us extra adjustability as well as the fact that we're going to be replacing a lot of old worn out bits and pieces. So Dave's been working on it the last couple of hours, and hey Dave. Hey mate, good, good, and you've already finished one side, hey?
I've done one rear, yeah, except for the
upper
top arm there,
and
we're yeah, we'll get to very shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, for the age of the car, everything's pretty good. The bushes have come out and they're not terrible. I've seen a lot worse. But yeah, what we're doing, I guess, is we're just renewing 20-year-old bushes. So I think the car will have a pretty good feeling after this. This would be quite a tough job to tackle at home, I suppose, because you know this is probably $100 odd or something for this tool, which has got a little hydraulic ram in there, so
and that helps push that
yeah,
center
I mean
out.
There's definitely cheaper ones you can buy, literally that just you're just driving a wedge in there effectively. But what you'll do is it'll tear the boot, and you'll lose all your grease. If you're ever struggling with suspension components, normally what's going to fight you is the sway bar.
Oh yeah.
So you've got this side completely finished,
Yeah.
And I've still got the sway bar connected.
Well, while Dave's doing this, something else just happened to rock up, and it's my new toy, because apparently I don't have enough toys yet. I've obviously got this one, but now we've got this puppy, which is going to get the Truno front end pop-up soon. So I always love buying new cars, so it's pretty exciting for me. This is the new project car, as if I haven't got enough already. So let's, I'll feature this properly later on, but this is the first time I've got to see it. And here's the old owner. So what's it got?
It's got a Tommy SR21 in it, forged with a little Pexi turbo on it. Pretty healthy little motor.
Which is that, nearly what, 200 kilowatts of the wheels or so?
200 kilowatts on about 14 pound of boost.
And that'd weigh like a ton, wouldn't it? That's about it.
900 with an SR, yeah.
Nice. So it'll be a bit of fun.
Plenty of fun.
Well, we'll make sure we look after it for you.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, we'll do another video on this later, but for now, that's it. All right, so we're back. We had to wait for the steering rack to be recode, so here's the new one, which Dave has just finished putting in. Well done. But they've even painted it nice and black, and these boots are far better than the previous condition ones. And we've just had these ball joints repaired because the late model VVTi ones can't be replaced. So this ball joint's been fixed up on both the arms, so we didn't need to replace the lower control arms. So now next we put the rest of the Hardrace gear in. So we're doing the front upper control arms and the bushes. Alright, you might also notice that we've got some nice shiny new brakes on the front. If you recall previously, when we took it to a time attack session, I did a number on the old brakes. So here's the new ones. These are AP racing brakes. The other incidental thing that came as a result of that was it now means that I can fit these wheels on without spacers, because I've been dying to put these wheels on, but we couldn't over the old brakes. But anyway, there we go, we've got a nice new brakes. Now we'll have our nice new suspension set up. The steering rack is going to be done, and then it goes in for an alignment, and hopefully she'll handle beautifully. And up here you can also see our stance parts air cups. Now that gives us an extra 50 mil of movement at the front of the car without sacrificing handling. So we can get in and out of driveways without destroying our front lip. I mean, this has already been pretty well ruined, so we've got a new front bar for this car. It'll go in soon. So those stance parts kits, we will do another video on those at some other point because they rock. Let's get back to putting these Hardrace gear back in. Alright, so we've got all of our arms in. That has solved all of the adjustability problems that we would ever encounter, so we can adjust pretty much everything here. Toe, camber, caster, the whole lot. So these have replaced everything from the back. The only stock arm at the back now is this upper control arm, which we've replaced the bushes in. At the front, it's only done one side so far. It's got the toe, the tie rod end, which adjusts your steering angle and everything, and your upper control arm that allows you to create some extra camber. And we've already done the brakes obviously as well. We've replaced the steering rack too. And then after this, it's now off to go get a wheel alignment once it's all back together. Alright, as we brushed on the other day, we have bought ourselves yet another project car. There we go. This time it's an AE86, so this will go nicely with the rest of our crazy cars. But this thing here has an SR20 out of an S14. The gear shift is way back here, so it's kind of difficult to drive. The handbrakes had to be cut in half. So we will be working on this one next, so stay tuned. This thing's actually pretty quick. It weighs about 900 kilos, it's got about 300 horsepower. So when we're done with it though, well, let's see if we can put out nearly double that and keep the weight down to 900 kilos. So back to the shop. Time for some actual work today, so there we go. I'm pretty happy. We've got another project car to start with. See you guys. It's got an exhaust leak at the moment, which we'll have to fix up, but all things that'll come in time.